Now, we've gotten to the point where we've installed the app, but we can't log in yet. And the reason is because Tiantian Xiangqi requires a WeChat or QQ login. And we're going to be focusing on creating a WeChat account in this video. So let's go ahead and go to the Google Play Store and we search for WeChat. Let's go ahead and install it. Okay, now that it's installed, we will open WeChat. Now, in the past, I had a WeChat account, but unfortunately, I didn't log into it for a long time. And then when I tried to log back in, it asked for verification from some of my WeChat friends. So I reached out to some of my Chinese friends and asked them to perform the verification procedure. Unfortunately, it didn't work for some reason. So I ended up creating a new WeChat account, and I'm going to just walk you through how to set up a new account. So we're going to go to sign up, and this is what I found very useful was the sign up with Facebook. And that's what we're going to do today. You can also sign up via mobile. You put in your phone number and so forth. But sign up via mobile was the path that I took initially, but then had trouble with later. So I'd recommend if you have a Facebook account to go ahead and sign up via Facebook and then go in and add all of your information and other ways of signing in. So sign in with Facebook. So we're actually going to be using my wife's Facebook account. I'm going to be setting up the chess app for her. I don't know that she's actually going to use it, but maybe we'll be able to convince her at some point. Since I already have a WeChat account, this will be a way I can show you how to go through the full process. So I signed in to Facebook using her account, and now we're going to go to her Facebook on a different device, and I'm going to accept the notification and approve the login. We'll go ahead and save the login info. Continue. And there we go. So we're going to now enter in the phone number, and we're going to also set a password. Accept the terms and conditions, accept and continue. Okay, security verification. Now it's asking for an additional security verification method. This is new since I set up my personal WeChat account. My initial thought is to use the verify via QR scan by another user. However, it says that you have to invite a user who has been registered for more than 6 months to scan the QR code and who has had WeChat Pay, if you go into this, who's had WeChat Pay active for 3 months or more. My account does not currently have that status since I had to make a new account. So we're going to go ahead and use the verify via payment card. And this is something that I think a lot of new users might need to do unless you have some connections who have WeChat that can help you by scanning the QR code. Okay, so we have a card here that we're going to enter the numbers for. All right. So next we need to verify the mobile phone number. You can also verify via phone call too if you don't get the text for some reason. Okay, accept some terms and agreements, enter some personal information, more terms and agreements, privacy policy. Okay. So now at this point, I would recommend that you select the games. We'll be talking about that later because you can actually play Tiantian Xiangqi inside of WeChat as what's called a mini program. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. You don't have to if you're just using the mobile app version. Okay, so we have our new account. Now that we have our WeChat account, let's go ahead and go back to Tiantian Xiangqi and log in using the WeChat login. And then accept and continue. Allow the chess app to receive your profile photo and friend relationships, basically your contacts on WeChat. And there we go. So we are now logged in. In order to provide you with a better gaming experience and ranking display, please authorize the display of your game results, ranking information, etc. So I think this is just saying that you agree that your rankings are going to be publicly available on your profile. This is something that I don't care about, so I'm going to just go ahead and say, okay. All right, so we are now logged in. And when you first log in to Tiantian Xiangqi, you're going to see some pop-ups. And we're going to go through those pop-ups in later videos when we talk about the in-app consumables and other resources that are available in the app. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just close those. And there's multiple of them. Quite a few, actually. And there we are. We are logged into the app. Now, before you end your adventures in WeChat, what I would recommend you do is to fill out every piece of profile information that you can. The main reason I recommend this is because I had such a bad experience previously with getting locked out of WeChat and even going through the route of asking some of my Chinese friends to verify my account. I was unable to get logged back in, and I ended up having to create a new account. Now, since my Xiangqi account is going to be linked to this WeChat account, I really don't want to get locked out of it. So what I recommend is that you go into WeChat and you go and fill out all of the profile information. So let's go into settings. And then under profile, go ahead and put in gender, what region of the world you're from. If you're wondering if you can put in your address, if you live outside of mainland China, most likely you cannot put an address in here, so go ahead and leave that blank. The reason you can't put an address in there is because the drop-down menu, if we go ahead and add an address, this region here only contains Chinese provinces, and this is a required field, so you cannot get an address added in there. Once you have all of your profile information entered in, then go under account security. And this is where you're going to want to make sure that when you did the setup that you have a password and that you have that password saved somewhere. Also, go into this emergency contacts section. And what you're going to do is you're going to have 3 emergency contacts or 3 friends. So if you can get 3 family members to sign up with WeChat, or if you have 3 friends who already have a WeChat account, get them added in here. And in the event that you get locked out, there's instructions for having those friends complete a verification to get you locked back in. So this is a different system than what I dealt with previously, which was just sending messages to friends and asking them to go and verify my account. This seems to be a little bit more robust method, so I would recommend that you complete that. And then lastly, let's look at more settings. So make sure that you also add an email in here. And this is just another way that you can log in if you get locked out for some reason. Let's say that you had to switch phone numbers. Now you can't use your mobile phone number to log in. Let's say that the Facebook linking doesn't work anymore. Well, now you have at least this email that you can use to log in. That's my recommendation based on my previous experience. And if you search online, you'll see many other WeChat users have complained about similar problems where they were unable to get logged into their account and ended up having to create a new one. Since this WeChat account is going to be linked to my Xiangqi account, and since I don't want to lose access to my Tiantian Xiangqi profile, I really want to make sure that I've filled out everything possible to maximize the chances that I'll be able to log back into WeChat in the future. So I hope this was helpful. In our next tutorials, we're going to start going through some of the setup information inside of Tiantian Xiangqi itself.